on behalf of Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions with a very special thanks to 32 Red, Unibet, Riyadh Season and MHD Promotions. Before we start, I'd like to kick things off with a bit of a football analogy. They say that when Real Madrid play at home at the Bernabeu, it doesn't matter who's in the squad, what that match is for, or what's at stake. They reckon that that stadium is full with some of the most passionate, enthusiastic, but knowledgeable fans in the world. I think that's what you get when you mix boxing and Belfast. And it doesn't matter if there's a kid making his or her debut. It doesn't matter if it's the Commonwealth title which is up for grabs, or if it's world titles which are at stake. Belfast is a city which loves the beautiful brutality of the sport of boxing. And on Friday, the 28th of June, Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions, live on TNT Sports, brings you a proper fight card with some proper fighters, which means some proper action. So we're going to speak to some of the fighters, or all of the fighters up here, and hear what they've got to say. And then afterwards, we will have one-on-ones. And before we do that, we'll open up to the press to ask some questions. So our first fight, which we're going to, the first two fighters we're going to speak to is James McGiven, a local fighter, and Rashid Omar. So, James, I was speaking to you earlier on. You were meant to box at the SSE Arena, but 2 times it didn't happen, or at least once it didn't happen. This time, it's going to happen. What's your thoughts like? What's your mindset at the moment?
Yeah, twice I meant to have been here. I've been on this stage before when it was Michael Conlon, and the fight fell through a matter of days later. I don't want to say anything just yet and jinx it, but it feels like everything's going smoothly. Training camp's going well, feeling fit, feeling healthy, and I'm ready to put on a perfect performance.
We look forward to it, and we know that your friends and family aren't a million miles away, so you're hoping to have that place absolutely packed out, and it'll be electrifying.
Yeah, hoping to bring a full squad of head cases down to go nuts in the SSE.
Good for you. And your opponent is Rashid Omar. I actually called Rashid's last fight in Swindon, and he knocked out his opponent with a lethal left hook. It was devastating. The whole place went quiet. You're a man, I've been told, that will fight literally anyone. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's right. I'm ready.
What is it which you love about fighting so much? Why is your mindset that you will fight anyone?
It's just what I do. It's what I've done since I was a kid. Ready for this now.
We hear so often in boxing of those fighters of have gloves and gum shield, will travel. And these two will meet on Friday the 28th of June at the SSE Arena, and you can purchase your tickets on Ticketmaster. The next fighters we're going to speak to is Carl Murphy and Jack Turner. I've got to tell you there are 2 Jack Turners on this card, but one of them is up here. So Jack, this is your 2nd title shot in a row. You fought for the Scottish area title not so long ago in September last year. How does it feel to be having yet another title shot and fighting in one of the best fighting cities on earth?
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, for me, it's regardless of where it is, Scotland or here, my home's the boxing ring, so there's no change. It's just fight time and that's it, innit?
And what do you know about your opponent and any history there, anything you want to let us into?
No, don't know too much. Watched a couple of clips and that, not too much, but listen, I'm just, they both is a fighter, so I'm just respecting him and expecting his best version, so as long as I train properly and promptly, I'll be happy.
And Cole, 11-0, you fought, this will be your 3rd fight in 2024. Activity seems to be a key thing for you. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I like to keep busy and I love to keep training. So to get this opportunity to show my training in front of my whole city, it's a really big blessing. And we've brought over a great opponent in Jack. He's got a lot of good amateur pedigree. It's a real 50-50 fight, and I'm sure we're both looking forward to it.
So we know that you're a great fighter, and I know you'll take this well. You're known as the posh boy. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Why do people call you the posh boy?
People from my school were more known for playing rugby, and that's what I mean, not for doing boxing, so it's a bit unheard of for someone from my parts to, do a bit of boxing. He
might be known as the posh boy, but if you've seen him fight, you'll know that he really can fight. a great fighter, and we really look forward to seeing you in the ring on the 28th of June. That one for the vacant super featherweight silver Commonwealth title. And our next fighter, I'll just go to my notes, is going to be, we'll talk about Piers O'Leary to my left, who's training with Joe McNally in Liverpool. Tell us about how training camp's going. I saw an interview with you the other day, and you look like you've just been dragged through hell. You admitted that you've been dragged through hell. Tell us what hell looks like in the preparation for this fight.
Yeah, everything's going well. Camp is going amazing. I think every fight I say is the same thing, but there's no injuries, no niggles. I'll bring the best personality to date. I still got one more hard week to go, so please God, everything goes well. And yeah, everything that Joe and Deck has been saying to me on the game plan, I've been executing it and sparring, so that's a big confidence boost, being able to do that. As soon as those small gloves goes on, obviously my sparring partners and my foot, like the opponents in front, they won't be standing there for long.
The man who you will meet in the middle of the ring is Darragh Foley, who's a good fighter, a really good fighter, who's been in there with the likes of Jack Catterall of recent times. What do you know about your opponent, and is there anything in particular that you need to watch out for when you fight him on the 28th of June?
All I know is he's tough and he's gritty, and he's got balls, but everyone has that, like myself, but he hasn't got a boxing IQ like me. He's been in there with some tough lads, the likes of Darragh McKenna, Robbie Davis Jr., and Jack Catterall brought down the distance. But I think I'm going to get the stoppage this time.
And lastly, you started your career off in Belfast, if I'm correct in saying. What's it like fighting here? You hear so much about it, and even just on my journey on the way to this press conference, I was just being told about the buzz which you get in fight week. So tell us what fighting in Belfast means to you.
Belfast is like home to me now. I fought here so many times. I made my debut here, and the crowds that I bring up from Dublin, it's amazing. So I think they all like to piss up. For me, it's one job only, is get that win and then celebrate with the fans afterwards. But it's a great way to have a fight on home soil, especially Irish versus Irish, which is amazing. Dublin versus Dublin. I would like to do it in the Tri Arena, but we're here now at SSE Arena, and we're going to set numbers to showcase that we can go back to Tri Arena soon.
Well, thank you. Your opponent obviously can't be here today because he's based out in Australia, but that one for the WBC International Super Lightweight title, another absolute cracker, and we really look forward to that one. Now moving on to the two Connors. So let's start with Connor Kelsall. Connor, where's your mindset a couple of weeks out from fight night?
I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I've been dreaming of opportunities like this. So as soon as it got offered to me, I snatched it with both hands. It's a dream come true fighting on a show like this, and this sort of show was made for me. I'm coming to upset the show, coming for that Commonwealth strap, and nothing's going to stop me from winning.
So this one is for the vacant Commonwealth title. You're already an English champion. What does it mean to you to be fighting for yet another belt? This is what you do. This is why you participate in the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a prestigious belt. It's a belt what, you know, other than the Lonsdale belt, it's a belt everybody dreams of winning as a British fighter. So, yeah, I'm over the moon with the situation we're in. You know, coming as an away fighter, coming into Belfast against the hometown kid. It's I thrive in opportunities like this. All my amateur career, I was always the away fighter, and, you know, being here, I'm thriving off the opportunity.
We were just saying to Rashid Omar earlier on about have gloves and gum shield, will travel. I love those type of fighters. They are the best type of fighters. Why isn't everyone like that? You know, why is fighters like Rashid and yourself and others, why are you like that? Let us into the secret.
Because some people are boxers for the fame, but some people are actually fighters. I'm a fighter. I was born a fighter. I've done it my whole life. Yeah, I was made for this sport.
Great stuff. And on to your opponent, Conor Quinn. Conor, I was watching an interview of you not that long ago, and you had a question mark over your medical. And there was a moment where you were told that you may not box again. You were told to go and find something else to do, told to go and get yourself another form of job. And you said, no way, boxing's my life. You're going to be fighting for the Commonwealth title in a couple of weeks at the SSE Arena. It's going to be absolutely electric. How does it feel to be up here on this stage talking about that today?
Yeah, it feels unbelievable. You know, like you say, wasn't that long ago I was told I would never be able to box again, and no, I didn't take no for an answer. And you're saying there about people that are willing to fight any place, any time. That's exactly what I am. And when I was told I could never fight again, that's why I didn't take no for an answer. And here we are in front of the Belfast crowd, and you know, this is only a fraction of who would have really turned up here today if we had had a bit more notice. And you know, like you said, it's the best boxing city in the world, and I can't wait to win the Commonwealth title in front of them all.
And let's just have a quick word about the Commonwealth title. There's fairly recently been introduced a silver version of it, which is a good way of making fighters active and putting people in a place where they can fight for the whole thing. What's your thoughts on the whole concept?
Yeah, well, that's my Commonwealth silver title sitting there, so
Beautiful.
yeah, I'm happy enough with it. You know what I mean? That's what got me in this position, and thanks to my manager at the time, Mark Dunlap, he got me that belt, got me rankings, got me the opportunity to fight for this belt, and got me signed to Queensberry. So, you know, like you says, them titles are sort of what puts fighters like us on the map, and now I'm fighting for the major title after it.
Well, I'm going to give the two Connors the final word before we open up to everybody in the seats in front of us. Have you got anything to say to your opponent in a couple of weeks out?
No, listen, just train hard. I'm sure you have, and I'm sure you're excited for fight night. And once I get the win and take the belt home, I'm sure a couple of these lads out here will take you out for a drink afterwards.
And a response to that?
I can't wait to smash you already, mate.
That's what we love. Well, thank you very much to everyone on this stage who's spoken a bit and told us a little bit about their fight preparations, their mindset, and how much they're looking forward to fighting in this great city. I can't wait for it. I know that there's many people at home who won't be able to wait for it. You can get your tickets on Ticketmaster, and I do urge people to go and do that. But we're now open up to the floor to anyone who would like to ask any of these guys questions. If you just stick your hand up, and then Matt from Queensberry will bring you a microphone and you can fire away.
Conor, Quinn, plenty of chatter about a purse bid for the European title coming after if you win in a couple of weeks' time. You have to park that, obviously, and just make sure there's no distractions.
Yeah, no, like you says, I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. I've just seen a couple of different Instagram posts and stories that have been tagged in, but you know, it's great to see that I'm getting recognised in all the sort of the major titles now. And obviously the dream for me was to win British, Commonwealth, European and world titles, so I think we're well on the way to do that. But all I'm focusing on is the Commonwealth title on the 20th of June.
Yeah, as for Conor Kelsall, do you take any sort of offence at that you're coming to Belfast and people are speaking about that this lad's just a shoe-in ready to get a European title shot, that obviously that's something that you want?
Listen, likewise with Conor, I'm focusing on this fight. You know, I'm likewise with him, British, Commonwealth, European. It's sort of like the way you want to go. So I'm fully focused on this fight. I mean, I've seen as well, like, you know, the European title shot after this and things like that, but we're both focused on this fight. It's going to be a great fight, and this is what we're both focusing on.
It's a question that could go to many of the boxers, but last Conor, Quinn there. Queensberry Promotion, TNT Sports, SSE Arena. Conor, just how big a platform is this for you and for boxing in Belfast?
Yeah, well, for me, it's the biggest platform in the world, to be honest. You know, obviously, you treat every fight like a world title fight, but to be sitting up here on stage and, you know, obviously you're going to be fighting in the SSE Arena in a major title fight live on TNT Sports. That's exactly what I've dreamed of as a kid coming up, and the opportunities here now, and the same with everyone on the stage. You know, obviously the local Belfast lads and Pierce and all, like, we've all travelled the world together as amateurs, boxed for Ireland, and here we are now trying to sort of get the door open to have more shows like this more often in Ireland, and Belfast especially for us.
And maybe one for James. I think I saw you saying this is like a shop window, James. This could be the start of something special.
Yeah, like Conor, I've sort of been having chats with Queensberry about maybe signing up after this fight, so I'm treating this like a showcase. I had to go out here and show the Warrens that I'm dynamite, and that they've been waiting a long time for someone like me to come along. So this is it. I have to perform, have to show up, and have to show out.
Colin, I'll just ask you a question. Obviously, you've packed a lot of experience into your short career so far. what can we expect with you in a couple of weeks' time?
To be honest, I have to pinch myself at times that I'm up here. These two men beside me, I've trained with James as an amateur, both really looked up to both of them, and I really felt like they were both destined to be here. But honestly, that's the thing, because I'm here, and I grinded to get to it here, I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm not going to let this moment slip at all, and I really hope I can live up to what Belfast is doing as a city itself.
Well, obviously you're here on merit, so I'm sure you're determined to steal the show. Never mind the other company you're with.
Well, I just focus on myself really when the bell rings, and I just want to go out there and perform to my best, and I want to put on an entertaining fight for the fans. People here who know me know that that's what I bring. I've delivered unreal fights before, so I want to keep doing that, especially on the biggest platform in the SSE.
Pierce, a question for Pierce. Pierce, if you are successful on the 28th, what do you think the next step is for you? Are you really on touching distance for a major opportunity like a world title?
It's when I get the job done on the 28th. After that, we'll sit down with manager Jamie Connon, and we'll see where we go from there. And we'll go out to George or Frank and see what the next steps are. But we're in for some big major titles for sure, without a doubt.
And Jack Turner. Jack, which Turner are they going to be talking about after this show? Jack Turner the bantamweight or Jack Turner the featherweight?
Listen, I'm going to say me, but it's like I'm not taking this fight as I think a lot of people may be looking at it and going, "Oh, an away fighter coming here." Like I said, the boxing ring's my home. I'm not a fighter. I'm a boxer. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just put on a clinical performance, make sure that everything goes perfect, and draw them into the fight I want them to fight, and slow everything down and just be nice and calm and collective in there. So I'm looking forward to it, and may the best man win.
Question, I guess, probably both for Pierce and for Conor. Obviously, 13 months ago, Queensberry were last here. Obviously, since they've obviously added 2 world champs that are both on the card, and Nick Ball, and obviously Ando Gakachi, one of Belfast's own. You obviously can see that very quickly in 12 months, you could be in that situation yourselves.
Yeah, no, 100%. The last Queensberry show, we had a press conference in the Europa Hotel, obviously, where we are today, and me and Pierce were sitting at the table, and Nick Ball and Anthony Kakachi were also on that table, so it just shows how quickly things can turn around. And obviously in boxing you just take a fight by fight, but them sort of opportunities are there, and we're knocking on the door for them.
Yeah, it's great. It's funny because a year later, we're a big performance that we're put on. A year later, come back to main event, so in Belfast. So yeah, it's goes to show what the hard work is doing, and the commitment that's been put behind me.
Any more questions? No, in which case I thank you very much for participating and for your questions. It's much appreciated. And I know these guys on the stage appreciate it as well, that there's so many people taking an interest in them, in their careers, their journeys. We'll now do some head-to-heads, and then the fighters will be available for one-to-ones. Thank you.
If we face the cameras first, please. Thank you. Well done, Steve. Yep. Face off, please. Thank you. Face next first. Can we get Cole and Jack, please? Right. So if you go,
put a hand each on it.
In the middle for me, please. Cheers. Back down here. Thank you.
You're done, Steve?
Yep.
Yeah, face off, please. Weird holding it like that.
Yeah,
security, take it. Cheers.
Thank you. Right. Cheers, Chris. And Connor, please.
Thank you. So cameras first.
I don't have me.
Pass it up. Face off, please. That's it?
Yeah, we'll do.
All right, thanks very much, Chris. All right, cheers, lads.